I say, what's going on, family? Welcome to another edition of the Flight Room Podcast, episode 82. I am your host, Sayal. I'm here with Remy, please, Lighthouse, Corey Moen, Concourse P. Today is Wednesday.
Very.
Catch us every Wednesday at 9:30 where we are live. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please feel free to chime in on our YouTube. At all times, you can definitely follow us via Instagram at The Flight Room TV. Let's start off today with, we got a big fight coming up this weekend. We got Crawford versus Sean Porter. Real quick, just to start us off, like, what's y'all thoughts on the fight, and then who y'all got? Anybody? And Corey, you the biggest fight watcher in here. I think self-proclaimed.
Yeah, I'm probably number two. I ain't number one. I didn't even know they was fighting this week. Honestly, I didn't even know they was fighting this week.
All right,
yeah.
My bad.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Terrence Crawford though. Over Sean Porter. Like I said multiple times, Sean Porter is the litmus test. You know what I'm saying? Let you know if you got it. So if you beat Sean Porter, then that means you are, welcome to the gate of the elite fighters. Even though Terrence Crawford is already considered probably the best fighter in the world, it's still like something good to see Crawford go against somebody with a name that's got a lot of respect. A lot of people say Terrence Crawford don't fight nobody, so I think if he can beat Sean Porter in I guess what's the word, fashionable style, I think convincing. There you go. That's the word I'm looking for. I said fashionable. Anyway, convincing. Yeah. If he can beat him in convincing, if he can beat him in convincing style, I think that would definitely garner the respect of the people who might be on the fence about Crawford. I think that would definitely gain full respect.
Ditto.
I like that these fighters are starting to actually fight each other, make these marquee matchups. I fight just because of Sean Porter's style. Crawford, just because when I look at the whole spectrum of everything, he has the bigger upside. Sean Porter's already had, I think, 3 losses. Yeah, I mean, tough fights and everything else like that. But, just the more polished record, the more, I want to say, distinguished fighter is probably going to be T. Crawford. So I'm definitely going to take him. And but test, like Lighthouse said, this is definitely the test for the gateway for the next level. But I think he gets through it. I don't think it's going to be a KO, though. I don't think it's going to be like anything like that. It's just going to have to be like a decision. He's going to have land like clean shots.
To the wire.
Just be real accurate and not get pieced up. Don't make it ugly.
Sean
Porter can win an ugly fight. That's
what I was about to say. That's exactly what I was about to say.
And also, I don't think Terrence Crawford really needs Sean Porter to know where he's at skill wise. He has all the skill, the talent in the world. This is one of the only few fights where I can literally see him fight one way and then the next round he'll switch to southpaw. So he's truly special. People want to see him fight Errol Spence, so both of them fought Porter. So eventually, you would like to think we will eventually see that fight, but certain things have to happen. So
yeah, I mean, I do agree. I think Crawford has already established himself. So a lot of people think he's the best fighter in the world, but I think Sean Porter is the biggest name. I think it's more of him being a name rather than can he beat Sean Porter? So I think like I was saying earlier, if he beats Sean Porter convincingly, then that's when he's going to really be like, okay, this guy legit. But I don't know if it's going to be convincing though, because Sean Porter going to give him that motherfucker.
I mean, he's not going to allow him to be, this finesse type of boxer. So it's going to be it's going to be like an alley fight. Yeah, it's going to be an alley fight, but
that's what I was about to say. Yeah.
Yeah, especially Sean Porter got that aggressive style, that little bulldog mentality. Then it's also that weird, I don't know how to explain it because it's boxing, but he also got that weird style where he's just always all up in your face and everything like that.
His shoulders are always on your chest and shit like that.
It just seems like he always moving and shit. So yeah, I think it's gonna be a good fight.
It's gonna be entertaining though. I will say
Saturday. I think it might even be on ESPN. I don't know if I'm making this up, but ESPN Plus.
Yeah.
Okay.
Plus.
But definitely give me Terrence Crawford, Bud Crawford in 12.
And where are they?
To the cars, son. To the cars.
Where are they fighting? Is he like? Because you always do it in Nebraska and Omaha. So are they fighting there?
Let's find out.
Well, yeah. Well, I'm gonna go with Terrence Crawford on this one too. I'll say the same thing. I'm gonna say it's probably gonna go to full length. Crawford in unanimous decision though, but it's gonna be a good fight. But I got Crawford unanimous.
I want to see the over under. What they got the rounds at?
Yeah, it's on ESPN. I ain't got to pay for this shit. All right.
No, you gotta pay for it if it's on Plus.
Yeah. Unless you got the Plus. You got the Plus?
Shit, I don't even know if I
think so.
You ain't got the Plus.
I don't think I never.
Yeah, I got that. I got that because you got to get it for the fantasy football. Yeah, I got that, John.
No.
So you paid for fantasy football? You paid for Plus?
Yeah, it's like $9 or whatever.
I'm
still losing. I'm still losing in this league. I'm good in the other league though. I'm good in my other league though.
Who you got in the fight, Corey?
Crawford. Yeah, Crawford. Definitely Crawford.
Everybody got Crawford. Sound like Crawford.
Seem like it. Seem like it. All right, well,
it's gonna be a tight fight though. It's gonna be tight.
All right.
Well, speaking of fights,
I was about to say another fight that's happened this week.
Not in the ring, but definitely publicized. Rapper Dababy, probably one of the biggest rappers in the industry right now, got into a public dispute with his baby moms. Is she a singer? Like what exactly?
Yeah. She's a singer and an extreme dancer too.
Never extreme dancer, as in like Sierra dancing, like that kind of dancing. You know how like Sierra is like a incredible like that kind of dancing.
Yeah, she's a beast of dancing. Yeah.
Okay. Because you say I could take that multiple.
Yeah, I know.
Doing that
Good clarification. Good clarification.
Yeah. But what's your thoughts on the whole situation? He ended up calling the police on her, and they got her and their child escorted out the house. So, what's your overall outlook?
Do we have a video?
Yeah, do we have some video? I think that could help. But either way,
there's a few videos.
Yeah,
man, I hate being reminded of this toxic ass shit, man. Damn.
Yeah.
I'm like,
ghetto.
Because like, just because it might take you back to a place. I'm like, damn, dog. He like.
I think this is like the worst video and also the funniest. But
go ahead, play it. What is sound?
This is my first time seeing it.
You ain't no sound?
No.
I don't hear sound.
Damn you. Stand by and try again.
Yeah. So
get it together, engineer.
I think I think my biggest takeaway is this. I'll first and foremost say, postpartum is real, and it's also
for sure.
It's also crazy to the fact that I don't know. I don't want to take sides, but it's also weird that the baby might have the biggest amount of money or whatever like that, but rather than just like leaving and allowing her to be there or what have you, like he tried to put her out on camera. And then also like, I don't want to say put her on camera, but it's also weird that they just publicize this shit. Like literally both of them niggas went live
on live,
like to just air out to air out their laundry. Both of them. Like she went live and then he went live to clarify why she went live, and then she jumped in his live, and then they were just both on the same live and arguing back and forth over live.
That's why I didn't even feel comfortable answering, dog, because I'm not even like, that's not my life, social media and shit. So it's just like, I don't know how people just put all they shit like just out like that, though.
Right.
Like, it's like you said,
you don't even need nobody on your side, like.
Yeah, and what's anybody gonna do through a screen anyway? Like y'all the two in the room,
I agree,
trying to deal with that shit. Like it's almost
you get likes. Man. You get likes. What you mean? You get likes.
maybe they were just being content creators.
Cuckoo for Coco. And being transparent. Yeah.
Shawty for Coco. Though, man. That's what I mean.
Shawty's not my girl.
It's
y'all can't hear this?
My girl.
Yeah, I hear it.
All right.
Is my side bitch.
It's your what?
My side bitch. Shawty is a certified side bitch.
Oh.
It's fucking embarrassing me like that.
Shawty is a certified side bitch.
Up.
Just trying to act like she know. No, let's take it there. Her parents know she my side bitch. Everybody knows she's a side bitch. She don't want y'all to know she's a side bitch. She got to save her face. She got to crash all the way out.
So is she pregnant right now, or does she already had a baby?
She just had baby infant.
Oh, okay. All right.
The baby 3 months.
You see how Shawty was storming off when that truth came out. Listen, so let me finish telling y'all what I'm telling y'all.
He said the baby 3 months with a report card. Go ahead, Doc.
Miss me with all that. I'm not going.
All right. I'm done with that. Yeah, we can put that on later. But
so what? So what? Did she hit him or something? Or what?
Yeah, I guess
it don't matter, young. Like, this is my first time saying. Oh, go ahead.
I want to say this, like this is a reflection on you, bro. Like you, if she is your side bitch, why are you like? So you put a baby in your side bitch? Like, what are you saying? Like, I don't.
And
like, it's not,
and she posted she posted many of videos of this nigga like them niggas love W and them niggas talking about like I love you and like
right. So you loving the side jump? Like, which one is it? Are you just saying that to get it under her skin?
I mean,
if you say doing that, that's not. Yeah,
that's my first time seeing the joint, and I even say like I just felt uncomfortable watching the nigga talk to his baby moms like that, or his wife and girlfriend.
Exactly.
Like any of my friends, like if whatever beef y'all have between you know, if y'all have some, like I don't want to see nobody just cussing their girl out in front of me because like nigga, that's awkward as shit. Like I don't want to be around that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Doing that on live with people in the house.
You put a baby in her, like at least even if you despise that woman, you gotta give her that respect, nigga, because that's the mother of your child, regardless. Even if she is trash, like don't you be the one to put her out there like that. Like I don't know, I just can't.
Oh man, just stooping down to each other's level to just like it was just getting lower and lower, and that shit just didn't stop.
Yeah, I don't know. There ain't nothing cool about that shit.
How did the joint escalate where he ended up calling the police?
Oh yeah, and how did it get to the point of him calling the police too?
So
I think she like probably swung on him.
Yeah, he kept saying his I guess his rationale, what he kept saying was he's been trying to put her out for months now. So he said he's been trying to put her out for months now. Yeah, but it's also once again it's also a little bit weird. Like that's your baby, and you trying to put her and your baby mama out like after she just had the baby in less than 3 months ago. So I don't know. I mean, like I know I don't know.
So basically, he put her and the baby out.
Keep that shit behind closed doors.
Regardless of the situation, whatever beef is going on, keep like what do y'all gain from posting these lives? Like, why is that your first move?
And just in general,
and then both y'all looking at the damn camera, like you know what I'm saying? Like, are y'all that used to cameras? Like, so he put the camera up. Now you looking at the camera, you know what I'm saying? Performing in front of this shit. So like, that's what it looked like.
And he already in trouble with that community. You know the community. He already in trouble with them over there. Yeah. No, not that one. The other community.
What they got to do with this?
That's what I'm saying. He already in trouble. He already in trouble.
More drama. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like, I don't know. That's not a good look, buddy.
Yeah.
Well, like I said,
from what I saw, and she definitely, I didn't see anything that. Well, even if she did say something or whatever, but I don't see any like Marcus was talking about. Honestly, no way why you talking like that. It doesn't. Yeah, it makes me uncomfortable. And if I was in that house, I would have been uncomfortable too. I seen people walking around and shit. And they was like, don't put me on camera.
Exactly. Exactly. You put other people. You incriminate other people and shit. Put other people in your affairs.
Yeah, man. Like, nah, I ain't with that shit. Like I said, she could be complete garbage, but don't do that shit in front of people. You know what I'm saying? Like, because you disrespected her, or you put a baby in her too, and like what that say about you? Now you out here
exactly.
Like, I don't think that's a good look. But
you don't receive like that treatment on some type of end just off of like say those diehard ass Dababy fans or like some hating ass motherfucker. They gonna come at her sideways too just because this motherfucker is supposed to like that.
Exactly.
He show he don't care about her. He gonna shit on her, man. Other people. That's how that's what happened with like. I mean, I just use this example to throw it out there. Like Iggy Azalea, she's been shit on so many times, dog. I've seen it. I'm like, that's because but that's
she always sticking her nose in somebody's business.
No, the top of the tree stems from like, if one nigga just shits on you, like just exposes you like that, like it just opens up a lane. But you don't defend yourself or nothing either. Like that should be sad. Once I saw that, I'm like, oh man, she's done. Like not even in like a. you know, I know how these people thrive off of seeing, somebody hurt.
Yeah.
And then it's also like a lose-lose situation too, because like even in the event that she responds, like I mean, I don't want to take anybody's side, but in the event that she responds or what have you, it's like how do you respond in a situation that Phil just talked about, in which somebody like comes at you and talk about like you're a bad mother and shit? Like, how do you respond positively to somebody who's basically chastising you and coming at you when they don't know shit about you other than what they saw in live for that 15 minutes or however long that fucking clip was? You know what I mean? Like that. And like I gained nothing from responding. So that shit is weird. It's weird.
And you was right, Phil. That whole like him putting that out there for his fans to see. Now you like basically sicking your fans on your baby moms. Like, now you causing, their child is going to be with her at all times. Now you causing stress on her.
Exactly.
And she got the child with her. It's like, I don't know.
You don't get your shit on like, oh, this is my side. Like, I don't even care about this bitch. This is my side. Or like, it's like, and damn, everybody about to just be.
It's a new generation out here, man.
And then I also say this, and the last thing I'll say, women never forget how you treat them when they're pregnant and right after they have the baby. And so that hate that nigga is going to receive from the baby is going to receive from her for the rest of however is going to be real.
The baby or the baby?
Hey, but for real. And now because of this, this is gonna be one of these situations where the child gonna be in the middle of some drama. He might actually want to see his child. She's gonna be like, no, because she's still mad at you from when that time So it's like you gotta think about what you're doing.
You literally got her locked up, boy.
She gonna try to keep that child away from you as much as she can.
You can guarantee it's gonna be some issues down the road. After that, you can guarantee.
After that shit, yep.
Yeah. Child support, everything. You already know. Oh yeah. Because anything else will be uncivilized.
All right, so I haven't seen this movie or show, but let's talk about Free Guy. Does that nigga the baby seemed like he need to be a free guy or somebody else need to be a free guy out of this situation. So let's talk about the Free Guy. That's with Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah.
So I saw part of that. I didn't finish it. I saw enough. I watched like half of the movie. I think it was a long movie. I didn't finish it though. I had like whatever. But I saw enough to basically get the gist of it, and it's like it's different ways you can go about dissecting that movie. A guy basically breaking off of societal norms or what have you. You can even say it's like a anti-vax. He's the anti-vaxxer or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But for what I saw, it was a good movie for the most part. I just didn't finish the joint. It was pretty good. I like the special effects and everything. It was dope.
Real quick before somebody else go, where can we find the movie at? Is it a movie theater or is it on Netflix?
I don't know.
I'm watching on my little app.
I don't know where the rest of society.
Yeah, I think it's still in the.
I think it's on HBO Max, if I'm not mistaken.
Got it.
Is it? Okay, it might be. Oh, then you should have that joint then, yeah.
And in the event that you want to watch it on your HBO, on the app or anything of that sort, just please feel free to DM us and we can try to point you in the right direction. But here at the Flight Room TV, we don't necessarily. We allow.
Man, I'll be pirating everything. Any chance
we don't necessarily.
We don't necessarily.
If LimeWire was still up, we'd be in business.
No, I was just going to say we don't necessarily advertise any of these direct services because these services do not provide us any sponsorship until they do not provide us any sponsorships. So, in the event that you want to learn about these services, please feel free to send us a DM or an email or something, and we can definitely be able to assist you.
Yeah. I love this movie. The first time I watched it, it was in I was in Tennessee, and I went to like this big. It was called like 4DX movie, and the seats was moving. It was like water being sprayed. It was smoking shit. Like it was like a real like immersive experience. But yeah. So but yeah, the overall story is tight as shit. Like we touched on this type of stuff in overtime, NPCs, non-player characters. So the moment he realized he was a non-player character and he's part of like pretty much a simulation, he kind of freed himself, and that's what Free Guy is. Like he had the awareness to like break free of like the normal mundane activity on the day-to-day, and he realized he was in a simulation.
Is it accurate to say it's a funnier, more comedic version of The Matrix?
I knew he was gonna say that, but yeah, you could say that. You could say that.
A softer version.
Yeah, a soft version.
A lighter version. Yeah, then that's dark.
You could say that. And yeah, the graphics,
which is coming out soon.
Yeah,
Matrix.
Yeah, and it kind of remind me of
Lego movie,
and also like like the effects and like the whole video game aspect. It was like kind of like Scott Pilgrim, and I kind of like that movie too.
I never seen
that movie. Yeah, the arcade.
Yeah.
Saves the World with Michael Cera.
Yep.
Yeah.
I do like the symbolism with the whole, like you were saying, the simulation. Because, you know, everybody, we live in our 9-to-5 lives. We caught up in the cycle, the rat race. And it's like sometimes you just forget that, there's a world out there to explore and to see. And, you know, and I feel like that's kind of what was going on in the movie. He was kind of like a what's it called? NPL, right?
NPC.
And NPC is those random people. Like if you're playing Grand Theft Auto, it's like that random person just walking down the street, not really a part of the main storyline. It's just like an extra in the video game. So he's basically an extra in the video game who realized he was an extra in the video game, and then he became a major player in the game. So it's like kind of like that saying in life is like maybe if you step outside your comfort zone, you could probably make more of an impact on the world, I guess you could say. So I think that's basically what the movie was all about at the end of the day. And it's kind of true. We kind of touched on this before, but just our everyday 9-to-5 rat race kind of oppresses us and kind of keeps us from using the fullness of our potential, So, and so a lot of people will be in jobs that don't, exercise your abilities, or your gifts. You just there just to get a check, and that shit right there kind of prevents you from, making your mark. So I think it's very similar to real life. And they just painted it like, a guy in a video game.
Right. And then also like the side story with the writers and the designers and the developers of the video game, like that backstory was even, it brought everything together. So it was a well-written movie for real, I thought.
Personally. Definitely can watch it with kids. It had like a comedic aspect, and it's not scary, or you could definitely watch that shit with kids. And I kind of like how they while you watching the movie, you realize you're in a video game, because he'll just be walking down the street and then you see like a fire truck fly over his head into the side of the building. Then some dudes come out with machine guns and shit,
and a little health pack.
Yeah, health packs floating around, and they just acting like it's nothing. And that's the other key part. Remember when he became conscious? When he put the glasses on, and then he realized like, oh shit, I'm in a video game. But before that, so the sunglasses symbolize him like expanding his awareness. So I thought that was very interesting.
Third eye.
His third eye, yeah. That's basically what his third eye open. That's what those sunglasses.
Third eye.
So,
even your light spectrum. Yep.
So yeah,
you seen it, P? You seen it?
The overall thing was just the opportunity to make a choice, man. Have your own choice and shit. Once you do where you are in the world, that's what I like about it. But Ryan Reynolds is on a good run. He's probably had one of the best 5-year runs the last 5 years.
Sure,
bullshit. Yeah, with Deadpool and everything else, this guy's raking it.
He just came out with
a joint with The Rock.
Yeah, on Netflix. Yeah,
I watched part of it. I didn't see the whole thing.
What Gal Gadot?
Yeah. He had another one too. Did you see the other one before that? The other it was action packed too.
It's Netflix, right?
Yeah, it was a spy movie or whatever with him. That shit was the same thing, but it's like
stealing shit or something.
Yeah, they had a crazy budget, but I'm just saying, man, that dude is on
like a 2-hour joint too.
When I was watching that, because I just seen Free Guy last week or whatever. Then I watched that movie with The Rock. And I'm like, okay, Ryan Reynolds clearly has like a certain type of character that he consistently plays. It's like always like this serious but sarcastic, but like tells jokes, but still gets the job done. Like even when he was in Deadpool, he played like this sarcastic comedian, like on Joke Time. even in this movie, it was like Free Guy.
He got a bunch
like,
of movies like that.
Yeah, but it's like he's always playing like this tough guy that's like about to laugh. You know what I'm saying? It's like this far from
sarcastic ass.
Yeah, I can't even explain, but it's like even in the movie with The Rock, he played a similar character where The Rock was like the more serious guy, and he was kind of like the kind of goofy almost a little bit. So he kind of plays that in almost every movie, even in his action movies.
The question is he being himself?
That's what that's the point I'm bringing. Is like it has to be his personality for it to be in like almost every movie he's in.
Yeah, he got a couple of joints like that. All good movies.
All good movies.
The joints with Samuel Jackson. The joints funny as shit. Was like the Hitman's Bodyguard.
I didn't see that, but I heard
same character. Yeah.
Well, I'm saying I like that. I like that.
Hayek. Yeah.
Because he can, like I said, he can be he can play the action hero that crack jokes like Deadpool, like you know what I'm saying, just shit like that. Like I think that's good though.
So what do y'all rate?
Okay, we good now.
All right,
what do we rate it?
Back up though. Yeah.
Free Guy. I'm gonna give this. It was well written, well produced. It was an overall like. There's really nothing bad about that joint for real. I'm gonna give it a 9 just because it's hard for me to give it a 10. So I'm gonna give that joint.
That's a good score.
Yeah, because
I'm giving it a 7.5, and I ain't.
No, solid numbers.
7.
Okay, I'm gonna give it a 7 too.
I think that's what I'm gonna go with is a 7 too.
7.
Almost an 8 though. It's almost an 8.
Yeah,
it's a good ass movie just because it has crossover appeal and you can watch it with kids just like Lighthouse said. It's King Fred.
So it's about 7.5. That's still 7.5.
It would be. Yeah.
2, 1, 3. Okay, yeah. Yeah. So that's our review of Free Guy. Make sure you catch it wherever you can see it. If any other movie sponsor want to sponsor us and we can do this every week, let us know.
Oh yeah.
Oh shit! Well, while we're talking about movies,
we got another review.
Yeah, we got another
one.
Another one. What's this here Dune review? What's Dune?
That movie was great.
Dune
Part 1. Be specific. It's Dune Part 1.
Dune Part 1.
I ain't see this joint. I ain't see this one.
You say you was gonna see
that joint. If you seen the original joint, that joint is killing it.
It's
already, literally it's killing it.
It's literally a sci-fi period piece. That shit has like 3 different tones. It's probably based off of like 5 different colors for real. I'm not even joking.
Yeah.
It's like really moody, but it's messages in there. Of course, like you can compare it to the Matrix and anything with the character of the One, the Second Coming, the Messiah. All these things, even the special elements, the spice, if you will, in this movie.
Yes.
That was
the spice.
Yeah.
But even the interdimensional shit, like how man, there's a
hold up, P. If you have not seen the original joint, you have to watch the original joint.
1983 or some shit.
Yeah, and that shit was ahead of its time. That shit was ahead of its time. You have to watch that joint to appreciate how well done this joint is done. It's dope.
Yeah, man.
It's dope. This new Dune Part 1 is dope as shit. So please, before you even watch this new joint, watch the old joint, and then you got this new joint with all people that you're familiar with. Except for the main character, he's a new guy. Yeah, he's a new guy.
But yeah, people love him. He's a heartthrob. Timothy Chalamet.
Yeah.
It was good. It's good.
Yeah,
it's Gucci.
Right.
It's Gucci. I expect the second joint to be dope.
Yeah, I just like how like grand everything looked. Like everything was like big. Like everything was like, you know what I mean. We're going from
massive
world to world to world, and you know what I'm saying. I don't know. It's just like, and then the politics of like the different players of the world was getting involved and shit.
Of the universe,
of the universe,
or galaxy, whatever.
And then there's families within the, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's what I like. The bloodlines and like the lineage of shit, and then like even
what was it like
the
house
cultures,
the house of
Radies
something.
The house of something.
The one dude that tripped me out was the 9-foot like floating ass dude.
Oh yeah, he's in the original joint.
Yeah,
he's in the original joint.
Okay,
but it looks better in this joint.
Okay, yeah,
it looks better in this joint.
I'm
telling y'all.
But
there was a favorite. What's the first joint?
I just like these type of movies because it's almost like when you discover like your purpose, almost how you develop behind the purpose. You develop almost like your powers, how you like pretty much sharpen your sword, and like we're just pretty much watching the journey of it. And I'm telling you, that movie picked up though. That movie, I don't think it was a dull moment. I know it was like 2.5 or whatever, but it didn't even feel like it. And
What?
I
It
feel
did though
like,
for me. I watched it. I had to watch this one like 3 times. I fell asleep like the
for
first
real?
10, 15 minutes. The first
Dog,
10,
that
15
shit-
minutes
that-
was slow
that
as shit.
shit-
I fell asleep.
Nah, that shit was
But
so
I finally
loud.
finished the joint. I finally
I don't
finished
see
it.
how anybody could fall asleep. That shit was so loud. Like if he just
Hans
talked
Zimmer,
to that.
the same dude that's like in all the Christopher Nolan movies, did the score.
Dude, it's like so many parts.
Tenet,
It's like
Inception,
Mhm.
all them jumps.
Yeah,
Batman, Dunkirk. He's the same
Oh,
dude
yeah.
that did the soundtrack, the score of it.
all right.
Okay.
But the battle scenes, outstanding, and the last scene especially was like one of my favorites out of the whole movie. Just how that whole shit came together too. I thought that was dope. And like I said, man, there's so many different elements of that movie. It's got magic in it and shit.
You know what threw me off though? Spoiler alert. You know what threw me off? Like
Ooh.
the whole time, I'm thinking, Pops and the mom, you know what I mean, is a thing, and then he turned out, he was like, you know what, I should have married you. I was like, what? The whole time.
I know.
The
I
whole
know
time.
that shit. And like
So she wouldn't have got the seat anyway.
nah.
Yeah.
I thought it was trippy, like when you remember when they were in that ship and they got like captured by those orgs or whatever, and then they basically was
never had the
talking
funny
on
voice.
the same frequency.
Yeah.
Talking on the same, but like commanding them. I'm like, yo, that shit is crazy. Like even I want to learn sign language, bro. I want to learn sign language, real talk. Just off some shit like how they was doing. They was like, hold up, there's people in this motherfucker.
Yeah,
Like
shit, they knew everything.
Yeah. I'm like, man, we did sign language for real. That shit will save your life. That was crazy how it was coming through in that movie.
They call it
I'm
the
like,
voice.
man, I might want to learn that shit.
Right.
Yeah. Like I'm talking about, they was sniffing people out, all type of shit, talking to each other though. No sound.
All right, so deeper though, like what do you think like the actual like spice meaning is? Like on a deeper note, you think it's like the whole like spice trade, back in the day?
Yeah, even the spice trade, and just like one of the elements of light. You know how they came from the element of water and air. Their planet, their original planet,
ended up in the desert type.
I thought that was
and then they said space travel is not. It wouldn't be possible if they didn't have spice.
So the spice thing is just energy or whatever.
And how he was trying to bring it together. Remember, the Pops was talking about that in the beginning. He wanted to bring the two worlds pretty much together, the spice world and just the whole water. And what was their other element that they had on that planet? But they wanted to bring.
He said the air and the sea. The air and the sea.
The air and the sea. The air. Yeah.
So but I still think he was going to maybe end up.
Yeah, because they couldn't breathe too well over there. That's why they had them shits in the nose or whatever. I don't know if that was sand or whatever going in their fucking shit, or
they didn't really go too in depth on it yet, though. That's what I'm saying.
They
like,
said
it was
like hallucinate.
Yeah. And that was about it, though. Like, yeah. So I was comparing that to mushrooms for real, because when he was hallucinating, he was like seeing
that's what the
true
spice
shit, like his visions. No, I don't want to say spice ain't the shroomies, but it's just the power of hallucinating and like opening yourself.
Nah,
up
man,
to,
the spice is energy. Spice is energy.
It still made him hallucinate.
Spice is energy.
He was seeing his dreams.
They fucked up my man Money over there joint. What's his name? The wrestler nigga.
Batista.
Oh, Batista.
Batista. Yeah, they fucked up my man Money. Him and his uncle Money.
Some roles too.
Nigga floating around out this joint. Yeah, he getting good. Oh, and my dog was in that joint too.
Yeah, he in the sea shit.
Mm-hmm.
He in the sea shit.
Yeah.
They
have a cast. They had a cast. They have a cast.
Bro. I said that. That was a star-studded cast for real.
All right, so what do y'all rate it?
Hey,
that's gonna get.
Hold on, sorry. Before ratings, before ratings, once again, where can we find this movie at? Is this movie on Netflix? Is this movie on HBO Max?
I watched it on my app, dog. I watched it on my app.
I watched it on my site.
HD. Perfect.
Phil, you said it is on HBO Max?
It's on HBO Max. That's why I watched it at HBO Max.
Oh, they must have just put it on that joint then. Okay.
Yeah.
But in the event that you do want to watch
find the biggest screen.
In the event that you don't have HBO Max,
it's definitely an IMAX worthy movie though.
Yeah, but even if you just had the house or something, watch it on the biggest screen, man. Turn it all the way up.
It's worth it.
Feel that shit.
And put them subtitles on.
Yeah. And it's a lot of messages in there. It's a lot of messages in there. It's like wild. I probably need to watch it again. I've seen it twice, but the second time I watched it, I was like, oh shit. I was picking up on different stuff too. So I need to watch it like one more time.
Lighthouse, you ain't seen the joint?
No, I ain't see it.
You seen the joint?
But yeah, I would give it an 8. I would almost give it a 9. It's just like I understand why it ended the way it ended, but it just left too much open. So I understood it ended it because it's going to be a sequel and all that shit. It's going to be a series and all that stuff. But the way it ended, like it was too empty. So I'll give it an 8.
Nah, I gotta give it. This is a classic redo. This is a classic redo, and they did the damn job. They did the damn job to me, honestly. And I like that they left it open because it's like they spent fucking 2 hours. They spent fucking 2 hours on one half of the first part of the movie. 2.5 hours on the first part of the movie. And that shit. You know, I mean, I know I fell asleep, but I was into my bottle. You know what I'm saying? But
bro,
that joint was lit.
That
joint was lit. So
yeah,
I have to give it a 10. I have to give it a 10. I have to give it a 10. That shit was dope. It was dope. Tell me the visuals were on point. The acting was on point. The action was on point.
But you need to stay away.
Everything was on point.
Before you
all right, Pete. What do you give it?
I did finally. All
right, I've seen the movie multiple times. I definitely think it's a great. I'm giving it an 8, only because, like you said,
tough.
No, man, it's not even being tough. They didn't answer like 3 main things. First of all, man, they still haven't really answered nothing on.
It's the first part. You ain't get the whole thing.
Bruh, they haven't answered nothing on the origin of the moms yet, and that's where
Did you watch the first movie? Did you watch the original joint?
And
did you
peep out like where she from? It kind of sound like it's like Jesuit. It's like Jesuit.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. Witch type shit. Yeah, witchcraft and all that. Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. They didn't give her. I feel like that was a point that was a little. That was she played a big role in that movie, bro. Like I feel like she needed a little bit more.
Yeah.
Not even being.
And she's gonna be in the next jump.
Yeah, I feel like they should have more with like. And I think they're gonna touch on this on the next one. You see how they were like sand or desert power, like the power, like the entity of like the energy of like getting into that shit. I feel like they should touch more on that. Ooh, like capitalize on that already. And
it's too soon. Too soon.
Nah, they kind of showed it though. Like he gonna be like, they showed the soldier shit. You know what I mean? Like a little bit when he popped out the sand, like
he's supposed to be like a prophet. Like yeah. So I don't know. He's supposed to be a prophet, and everybody kept saying, "I know who you are." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like second coming of Christ. It was like that.
Lighthouse and Lex, make sure y'all watch the original joint before y'all watch the.
I'm gonna have to go back and watch the OG one.
Please watch the original joint. Please watch the original.
Watch the OG one now,
and you will appreciate this new. This shit is tough.
But I do appreciate it. It's just like, man, it be this. And I think the story was cool. The story was great. Even her, I want to know more about her.
Yeah.
Her shit was like, I'm like, come on.
She was running shit out there, joint.
Yeah, I'm like, why they didn't talk about the Freeman at all for real? He just ended up with like, that's what I mean. They ain't get in depth yet. They like scratched the surface. They ain't show too much. And for it to be 2.5, I need a little.
Is that Zendaya right there?
Man, she was in like 10. She wasn't even in it. Yeah, she wasn't even. And that's another.
But all in the trailer. She all over the trailers. But she was in it for like 2 minutes.
Yeah,
she's gonna be in that second part. She's gonna be in that second part.
Yeah,
that's what Joey Gunn said. Joey Gunn.
She in his. That's
what Joey.
That's what I mean. And they didn't even expand on that really either. They just like. Kind of it touched by the sand.
Yes, great setup for the next one. Yes.
Joey,
somebody know what I'm talking about.
No, that shit was official. It definitely was official. And the next one gonna have to be action like crazy.
Joe Guns, what's your rating of the movie? What's your rating of the movie?
Y'all gonna stop cutting off Alex, man.
Nah, man, we all good.
He gonna say y'all.
He gonna say y'all. It's Alex. It's Uncle Nearest talking right now. Sorry. Speaking of
So hold up. Do we get the rating? What's the rating?
Like Joe Gunn said 10.
Joe Gunn said 10.
I feel bad.
Thank you.
Damn.
Thank you.
Nah,
That shit was dope.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you.
Yes, sir.
I don't know. There's only a few
Y'all ain't see that original joint. There's
only a few movies.
Y'all know where they came from to where we at right now.
How many 10 movies you seen?
How many 10 movies have you seen?
That's a good question. It ain't that many.
Hey, you gonna give this a 10?
I heard somebody say The Dark Knight. Yes, yes, sir.
The Dark
Knight was 10.
First Friday was a 10.
Yeah.
Give a fuck.
Did you?
It was a 10.
Hey, did you hear what Chris Tucker said?
I'm telling you.
Yeah, he said
the
weed shit with Chris Tucker.
Yeah, that makes sense. I never thought about it, but that makes sense too. Like, especially so Chris Tucker was like, the reason that he didn't do any more Friday movies, and this is completely off topic from the Dunes, but the reason he ain't do any more Friday movies was because because it was a spice, and he was like, he ain't want his character, and he ain't want his basically probably he ain't want to be typecasted moving forward to be like the weed smoking guy, and he ain't also want to be the person moving forward to shift the culture and like literally have everybody smoking weed based off of the Friday character.
Good business decision right there.
I
don't know. I bet you now he wish he was doing that shit.
I don't know about all that. But at the same time, he would have came back.
He wouldn't have got those big ass Rush Hour roles and shit if he would have became a weed guy.
I agree.
Not those, but he would have been more of like the Snoop Dogg type entity and shit.
No, I don't think so. I think they could have rewrote that shit and brought him back. They could have brought him back as like, oh yeah, he in the God now or something. He a pastor or whatever, some type of.
Would you have hit the thing though? Small,
that shit probably would have been funny as shit, man.
They can't just change Smokey like that, bro. Smokey
that nigga's name was Smokey. That nigga's name was Smokey.
Smokey got.
He can't stop smoking. He can't never stop smoking.
He definitely had a perfect.
Nah, he did say
rehab. He's going to go rehab.
Yeah, Ice Cube said on the next year.
Yeah, he went to rehab at the end. Yeah, like he can go find God and all that shit.
He was supposed to come out of rehab on the second joint, but they, he didn't do the movie, so they took that out.
Man, that shit would have been hilarious.
That would have though.
It would have been hilarious. Come on, man.
That would have been love.
But he wouldn't have got
doing this bullshit.
He wouldn't have got what he got. He wouldn't have got what he got. He wouldn't have got Charlie Sheen. He wouldn't have got Money Talks. He wouldn't have got Rush Hour. All that shit. But
Money Talks, one of my favorite movies.
That's a classic right there too. Money Talks.
Yeah.
Stick them on Junior.
Maybe they do another one. Maybe they do another one. We lost Chinese. We lost. We lost Pops.
Al, you say you only made 10 movies?
No. I was saying any other 10 movies. Any other movie.
Give it 10. Any movie.
There's only like 3. 10
what are your 3?
What's your 3, man?
The Godfather 1 and 2, Kill Bill 1 and 2, Heat.
Okay.
And I don't know, like Forrest Gump or some shit. Something like that.
That's a good one.
Those like triumphant movies.
That's quick. That's off the hip.
Yeah.
That's off the hip.
That is
I would have to agree with that list.
Forrest Gump was tough. We might have to be a topic next week.
Yeah, we're gonna come back to that one. Let's come back to that.
Was like a 10.
The Shank, Shawshank Redemption.
See, I like different.
Hey, I used to watch that movie all the time. That shit used to come on TNT all the time at Bowie.
The Book of Eli was my shit too, though. That shit was hard.
Was it a 10 though? Was it a 10?
That shit was hard. The Message was a 10.
It was.
I Am Legend a 10.
No.
What's that, like a 9?
All right, man. Let's regroup and come back to that next week.
Yeah,
all right. Regroup.
We'll come back with some 10s.
Yeah.
All right, we're done with our movies.
But in the meantime, because
Gladiator is a 10.
Gladiator. Ooh,
hey,
300.
All right, host. Come on. You hosting.
Since we're in the process of
moderator.
This guy.
I'm just trying to bring it all in.
Go ahead.
Fucking with me and shit. Then they got fucking with me and shit. Fucking with me. So we just talking about critiques and shit like that. So are you your own worst critic?
Gotta be.
I would say yes. I think everybody's their own worst critic.
Yeah, definitely.
You know how they be saying like your inner thoughts and like that voice in your head that be talking to yourself. If you actually took that voice out and had that voice talking to you, you probably wouldn't like that person. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like
I would agree.
That's probably the truth though.
It's probably easier to hear somebody else talk shit about you. And then but when
I think
you got shit going on in your own mind.
I think you get so used to that voice in your head that you don't even like process what you're saying to yourself in your head. You know,
right?
What I'm saying?
It makes you comfortable.
You're so used to it. Like when you have thoughts of doubt or insecure or whatever the fuck it be. Like that should be in that. Talks to everybody. That talks to everybody.
I feel like that little.
That's what I'm saying. That's the worst. That's the worst.
Say that again.
It's got to be the worst. I'm saying that's got to be the worst. Like the voice inside your head, it's got to be the worst. Because I mean, if somebody else says some shit about you, it's like you already know what time it is. But if you're thinking some shit in your head, it's like it's going on and going on and going on or whatever. It's like
put it like this. Like let's say you driving in your car and let's say you miss your turn. You'd be like, I'm so retarded. But like imagine if somebody else said that shit. It wouldn't it would process differently. You know what I'm saying? If you actually
that's some slight shit though.
I know what I'm saying, but I'm just using that as even though it's slight, it's still like
that's a good example.
It's a negative. It's still a negative. And then you may not process it. You might not be thinking like, damn, I'm talking negatively about myself, but you are. You know what I'm saying? But you might just you just don't internalize it as much as you think you are. But I think I think that voice in everyone's head is like you probably almost have to overcome that voice in your head. There's books about
that's
this
what I'm
shit.
saying.
There's books
that's
about
what
literally
I think is
conquering. Keep the devil. What it called? Keep the devil in his hole, or something like this. A book, Taming the Devil, something like that. Where it's like those negative thoughts you have. It's like you actually have to train yourself to overcome that because it's almost instinctual for that doubt in these negative like ideas to keep like almost like a lot of people when it's like it's your ego, but your ego is always there. It's like your ego always wants to keep you in your comfort zone. So it's like whenever you start to go outside your comfort zone, that doubt starts to kick in, and then you have to overcome that doubt in order to achieve your goal or whatever the fuck it may be. But that's just like Nipsey said in that song. It's a book. He said you gotta keep the devil in the hole. Like that's literally look that shit up. It's literally talking about what we're speaking on.
That's interesting.
I looked at it differently.
That's interesting that you would say that the ego. Yeah. Go ahead, Lex. My bad.
Nah, I actually looked at it differently. I thought like my own worst critic would be my spouse and would be Jennifer. Like because like, when she say some shit, like I can have the same exact thought. Like honestly, I'm just being completely transparent. I'm completely being Uncle Nearest and drunk right now, but I think it's my spouse. Like literally, like when she say some shit, like the same way Marcus just said, like if like I would have that same conversation and be like, damn, I just missed my turn and shit, and she'll be like, oh, you just missed the turn, but then that shit hits different than the way like I hit it, and like because she said it, it makes it feel like even more worse because like I've had the conversation with myself for I've had the conversation with myself for 35 years, you know what I'm saying? And so I know how to process like both sides of the equation. I know how to process like when I'm wrong and different things like that. But when somebody else says it, it's almost like, and I know you can say it, we're talking about this left turn or this right turn and shit, but it still does hit differently and it hits more harsh because it is somebody else as opposed to like me coming directly from myself and from my own inner thoughts. You know what I mean?
No, but wait, aren't you? But if you had the idea first, like you know, what I'm saying that you didn't do X, Y, Z, and somebody also has that idea X, Y, Z. I mean, it's still the same thing, right? You know you're doing wrong, and you being critical of yourself. So it's just you're choosing the route of ignoring your inner thoughts and stuff, and being more affected by somebody telling the truth on the outside, right?
I think that might be. I think that might be.
You're still next time. Just hit that motherfucker.
I think what it is, but like I said, I think
you're still being critical. It's just you're reacting.
We're gonna get this exit.
No, I agree. I just like I said, I think when you're so used to that voice in your head that you don't like process that you're speaking negative about yourself. You see what I'm saying? It's just like because you're just constantly you have a trillion thoughts a day, like bad, positive, good, negative, all kinds of ideas go through your head. But then all of a sudden, when somebody like says that shit outside of your head, it's not that same voice. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? It's like that thing where like, let's say in your family, you can criticize your family member, because you used to them. But when somebody else say some shit about your family, it's a completely different story.
We got to bring the hands.
Exactly. So I think it's the same exact thing. It's like, it's almost like the more comfortable you are with people, you can say shit about them, and they can rub it off. And to somebody that you're not that familiar with, they say it, then it might hit a little different. It's the same thing with that voice in your head. You're more familiar with that voice, so it's not going to hit the same than if somebody else say that shit.
And that's what I said. That's why I said. That's the only reason I said I think. Like I looked at it a little bit differently, and not to say that I'm right and you're wrong, or you're right and I'm wrong, but I just looked at it like I looked at it a little bit differently. Like it hits harder when it comes from somebody else, only because I received it differently as opposed to like the way I processed it when it comes from myself. And so like that same left turn is like, shit, I could have made that left turn, and I knew I was supposed to make that fucking left turn, but like, all right, I'm on to the next step of making this fucking left turn, and then all of a sudden somebody else called that shit out, and now all of a sudden I got like. Explain why I fucking missed the left turn, keep going, find the next left turn or U-turn and shit, more shit, and like actually explain shit. So
or even if like let's say you playing football and shit, and then you drop a fucking open pass and you fucked up, and then you turn to the sideline, everybody like, what the fuck you doing? It's like, nigga, I know, I don't need all this. You know what I'm saying? Clearly, I know I fucked up. You know what I'm saying? But it hit different when you see everybody on the sideline.
But being like critical of yourself, right? I'm thinking of terms of like, you know what I'm saying? Like you creating something, you doing something, and people are saying like, okay, yeah, that's kind of cool what you're doing. That's tight. But you saying, nah, that's not good enough. You know what I'm saying? I could do better. Like in that point, like you are because nobody knows like your potential or your effort.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah, maybe you can put more effort. Maybe you can, untap more potential out of stuff. So yeah, I think in those terms, you are your worst critic.
I agree.
So you mean like if you're in your relationship and your partner like, I love you the way you are, and it's like, no, I can be better, like that type of shit. Yeah, I see. I see what you mean.
Yeah,
exactly. That's true. That is true too.
Your own worst.
But is that just a desire to be better? You know what I'm saying? Is that what that is?
Or you just know like what you're capable of.
You know you can do better.
You also have like a vision in your head of what you want to, whatever you're trying to accomplish. You have like a certain standard or a goal or something, and you really can't relate it. What you put forth or like what you have created. So you're saying, no, that didn't really come out how I wanted to. I can do better.
Hey, prime example, y'all. I was 250. I'm down to 232 now, y'all.
You got 18 off.
Congratulations, man. Shit.
Yeah, that's
18 ain't easy, man. That's not easy.
Stop eating them motherfucking bacon eaters.
I know.
Yeah, you ain't seen them joints, right? Y'all ain't seen them joints in the show lately.
He went to singles. He ain't been getting doubles. He went to singles.
And you ain't eating shit.
I'm on my keto diet, man. I'm on my keto diet.
Oh yes?
No, you're not. Dog. I'm on a keto diet. I got I got this fucking subscription and shit. It's called Factors or whatever the fuck it's called. And
it's like shout them out, get that sponsor.
It's like a Blue Apron type junk.
Yeah, and they drop that shit off every week. I be eating Gucci. The shit is good. You can pick the little meals you want, whatever the fuck. You know what I'm saying?
A lot of people doing that now.
That shit help me. Yeah.
Paleo diets and tips.
Hello Fresh and
are you
Martha Stewart shit?
Tom Brady
working on? Yeah. Are you working on more though?
No, that's what I'm saying. I have not touched the weight. I have not touched the weight. That's what I'm saying. I have not touched the weight. I'm still on this thingy over here. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
No, that's what I'm saying.
That's straight off food, man. That's straight food. Man. I eat my greasy shit all day.
No, that's what they say. You are what you eat, but that's what I was just trying to figure out. Like if it was like a combination of the two, or if it was just like straight off the
eating dumb shit. Eating dumb shit. Wife them make some pork chops and shit, and I'm still hungry. Later on, I'm gonna order me a goddamn Baconator later afterwards. This shit
already plotting out too. Right. Like, that's how you know you good. I'm eating right now, but I might get something.
I'm gonna be up at 1 a.m. So let me go ahead and order. Go ahead and give me something real quick.
Just know.
Shit.
Hey, so on the topic, Joe Guns left some comments. He says we're our own worst enemies sometimes, and sometimes it takes someone else to say something in order for you to fix the deficiency you are already thinking about.
Yep.
Yeah, you know.
Good comment. Good comment.
Yeah.
Good comment.
Yeah, it's definitely,
Absolutely.
you know, like you
But
said,
that's
you know,
what I was I was gonna speak to that even when I was talking. Like, I think it's like it hits different because somebody else is paying attention to your shit.
Yeah.
That's how I always felt too. Like, I'm always like, you know, of course I
You
can
can
handle
see
my
me?
shit, but when and then it might even just be the tone, because like sometimes it might even be the situation. That one turn could have been a situation where it's like, oh, I never fuck up, but this one turn she gonna get me, cause you know what I'm saying. So it might be a little extra in that. Damn, nigga, you missed the turn. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's levels to this. It's really levels to this shit. But
I'm tired of your shit. You know, Mr. Turn.
That could be a jab for real. Like, oh, you missed the turn.
That's why I told you, Al.
Yeah.
That's why I told you. Just hit that motherfucker. Boom. Boom. We're gonna make this exit, dog. We're gonna make this exit. We're gonna make this exit. I don't want to hear no other. I don't want no other arguments. We're gonna hit this joint.
It's an example. I know Jim means well, but no. But I know what you mean, man. That's what I was gonna speak to, man. Like when somebody else is kind of paying attention to what you do, yeah, it makes it a little more. It makes it a little more tense, man. It's more personal. It's more personal.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that.
Yep. Yeah, man.
I know my wife be giving me all the time when she's the wife's supposed to be the co-pilot when we ride in the car. You know what I'm saying, Lex? The wife's supposed to be the co-pilot.
Nope.
You're like, oh, you gonna tell me when we get up on the exit? All right.
Hold on.
Yeah, that's a pet peeve, y'all. I hate getting told how to drive. I hate that shit.
This is a pet peeve too.
Hold on,
I spoke about this.
Don't tell me how to drive and don't tell me which way to go.
Yeah, I know.
That's why
especially if I'm driving, bro.
That's why I'm being right. I'm being right every time. We about to miss the exit. All right.
Hold up. But I think we spoke about it one time. So when you order food through the drive-thru, who's supposed to check the bag? The wingman, right?
Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
The one who's free of doing nothing, correct?
That's the captain. That's the El Capitano. El Capitano.
The one who didn't even get us there, right? That's the one responsibility, because you pass the bag as you paying. So you already have a responsibility yourself. So that's like the one. I feel like that's the responsibility right there.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm with Marcus on this one. I'm with Marcus on this one. Don't tell me directions on how to get to fucking where we going unless I ask you. Like in the event that, like, you know what I'm saying, like we
that shit's
like
a pet peeve.
Don't give me suggested. Don't give me suggested routes after I already start driving this shit.
We got the GPS on.
If you want to drive this motherfucker and keep asking me, like, are you sure this the quickest way?
Yeah,
then you motherfucker drive. You drive. Look, but if you ride it,
we got the GPS on, and I'm told to turn here or whatever. If you got to turn here, no, we don't.
We ride, and you on your motherfucking phone on Instagram, and you say some shit like, are you sure this is the fastest way? And you get mad when I get quiet. It's better I get quiet.
That's my same pet peeve, man. Like, don't ask me if I know where I'm going. If I ask you where we going, you know what I'm saying?
No, I don't know where we're going, but we got the GPS on.
Fucking down. Trust me.
Hey, that one hit. That one hit, Marcus. I feel you.
I feel you. Shit, I just had that this last week.
That's probably every week.
Which
week?
That's easily every weekend. Shit.
Weekly.
Going to the same Target y'all go to. I know.
Well, I'm gonna switch it up a little bit.
What you got?
We definitely had some tragic news today. Rapper Young Dolph was just went from the laugh. Sorry to turn the energy down a little bit, but definitely just one of my favorite rappers.
Me too, man.
Just fun to listen to. Like when I wanted to get away from that, I'm normally a fan of the lyrical miracle rap, but you know what I'm saying. When I wanted to turn, I guess I was gonna say turn down, I guess, but not really. But you know what I'm saying. This was my favorite
ratchet rapper.
Yeah, this was my favorite ratchet rapper. Like so, definitely.
Me too, man.
A little disappointed.
Me too.
Sucks, man, brother. Just going to get going to a bakery, a cookie shop, man. You know what I'm saying, and get gunned down in his own neighborhood. Just very reminiscent to the Nipsey Hussle situation. In a familiar place, and gets gunned down by probably somebody who he knew. So, I mean, we'll see how everything turns out, but it's a messed up situation.
And I remember partying in the door. I was at my what you call it? My goddamn right before you get married and shit.
Bachelor party.
Yeah, shit.
Bachelor party. Yeah, I remember partying in the Dolph out in Vegas and shit.
Yeah, I remember
partying in the Dolph in Vegas. I had Dolph bumping. I had Dolph blasting. Dolph was on some shit back then too.
Yeah.
I think Dolph was just getting hot out that joint. I think Dolph was
the royalty shit. Playing the
shit. And we went to the little bud shop out that joint and everything.
That
Dolph,
shit was wild.
Yeah. Dolph is always in good company with me, man. I was try like blown hearing that shit. It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. Like why is it still happening? Why is it still happening,
man? Like
anybody learn
the most dangerous fucking job?
It's a dangerous job, bro. Like
but how is home?
It used to be being a police officer or working at 7-Eleven.
That's funny.
Now rapping.
That's a good question. Why is there so much hate revolved around rappers? I mean, I guess because if you think about it, a lot of rappers come from nothing. So when you see a nigga that you was close to literally go from nothing to living beyond just the American dream, you know what I'm saying? Like these niggas, you seen the car? I don't know if y'all seen the video. His car that was parked outside the shop, like he pulled
camouflage Lambo.
That's what I'm saying.
Camouflage
Lambo. He pulled up in that joint, and you got people that probably knew him before the fame, and they looking at him,
but it's something else, though, man.
It's hard to watch somebody that's close. I mean, but the only reason why I think that this is part of it is because a lot of these rappers literally come from nothing, and there's people that still there.
My question is just like they didn't even go in there. They didn't even go rob the nigga. They just shot him. It's like what the fuck?
Right.
What the fuck? They didn't. We know you got the Lambo. We know you got money out there. So they just pulled up and shot the dude.
Exactly.
So what the fuck?
Misery loves company. Misery loves company, bro.
Come on.
But don't forget. I don't want to. I'm not gonna try to. I don't want to try to like make this like connection or anything like that. But don't forget, he's always had like a target on him, like for whatever reason. Phil and them was at CI's when he was at CIAA's, and they said over 100 shots rang out at him, and like for that shit to be for more than 4 years. Yeah, and like you know what I'm saying, like he's for some odd reason. I don't know what the reason is, and I'm not gonna try to speculate on what the reason is, but for some odd reason he's had a target on him, and even still like the way Marcus was just talking about like how he made it from the ground up, like they said, and how reminiscent it is of this shit's wild. How reminiscent it is of Nipsey. Like this shit was at a strip mall as well. Like they said when he started freestyling, when he started rapping, like he literally gave away $20,000. I mean, not 20,000 CDs for free to make the way for Dolph World, and that's how he like started gaining his buzz and shit like that. But then also like how much of a family man this man was, like all the videos and everything, like and all the pictures and stuff that come out, like man, that's one of the heartbreaking things for me. Like I'm not going to pretend like I was like one of the biggest like Young Dolph fans or anything like that, but that's one of the most heartbreaking things. Like now we got a son, a daughter, and a I don't know if that's his wife or that's his girlfriend or whatever, but like who have to live without him now.
This man at the Cracker Barrel,
right?
They robbed him at the Cracker Barrel. They robbed him.
Didn't he said in one of the songs, he was like, I told my son when I die, you're gonna be a rich little nigga, some shit like that. He said that in one of his songs, but it's like he used to talk about like his death and shit in his music and shit like that. And he used to always, whenever he used to have his interviews, he always used to talk about how he ain't afraid to die. And so it's like this shit has always been this energy has always been kind of following him.
And then if you like, in your hometown and all the shit's happening in your hometown, why are you there, bro? Like people, that's why Boozy said he left Louisiana. He live in Atlanta now, like because you know what I'm saying. Just like he even said, like if you're going to get killed or people that usually get killed, that you killed in your hometown.
That's true.
That is real though.
They grew up with you, and they can't stand that you made it. Like
that's what it is.
They can't stand it. But if you out of town, like oh shit, I can't believe this shit, motherfucking I don't know. Nipsey Hussle is right here in Silver Spring. Let's flip it up. It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen there. But at hometown, like a nigga that grew up was like, man, that should be me. I should be the one with the car. I should be the one with the Benz. I should be the one with the chains. I should have.
You want to hear some real? I mean, but even for real, like it's not as serious as this situation. But even when Wale was coming up, niggas hated that nigga out here, and not even just that. Like I've had conversations with other niggas who rap. Who literally was said that should be me, like out their mouth was saying I should be in his spot. I've heard niggas say that shit. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, that's a real thing. I think almost every town you come from is, it's that conversation we had. Familiarity breeds contempt, or just the closer you are to people, it's hard for them to accept your success. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a negative reflection on them. To see you come from the same place they came from and to be so much far ahead and they ain't do shit, all that does is makes them depressed. It's like it creates self-hatred. You know what I'm saying? And then you got to express that out on others. It's fucked up.
So I mean, but it's like shame on them, but at the same time, bro, like you kind of ignored the signs for real.
I don't even think he cared, you know what I'm saying? I don't think he did.
I mean, you had to care if you riding around in a bulletproof suburban and shit.
What kind of shit did you like? That just lets you know he clearly already was involved in some shit to even drive around with a bulletproof. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's fucked up though, man.
And it's like a weird ass like. I don't know, like some trophy shit. Like if you the one that catch a rapper slipping, or if you the one to catch a rapper, you take his chain or some shit like that. Like that's some shit to hang up on the wall. Because it's like some weird like when people be like poaching animals and shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
It is. That's exactly from like a spiritual, energetic perspective. That's exactly what it is. Because look at it like, okay, let's say Young Dolph's clout per se. He's up here. All this attention, all this energy, all these people paying attention to him. Now, if you was to steal that soul, that spirit that create all that energy, now it's like you didn't siphon all that attention towards you. It's like now I'm the one who who took out the nigga. Exactly. That's like the ultimate version of being an energy vampire. That's just what that is. Like now, all he had, you just trying to, you know what I'm saying? It's like
it's like playing a video. Like playing a video game and like and beating the master or what have you, like
and then get stronger.
It's just weird.
I know what you're saying. Yeah,
it's weird though too because the shit doesn't stop. It's like these incidents happen every few months for real. That's what's wild about the shit.
Yeah, this shit is definitely getting tiring, bro. Just seeing
and it's deadly. Why is it? It's like it's deadly though.
That shit is exhausting, bro. I'm saying rappers getting killed all the time.
Yeah, man.
Exactly. I seen something today, and I mean, of course, it holds weight, but it was like rapper. I mean, being a rapper is the same thing as being a drug dealer growing up. Like where it was always either two options for a drug dealer, where it was either being dead or in jail. Being a rapper now is almost becoming the same equation where it's like either being dead or in jail based off of the same exact facts. And like I understand there's so much other layers and different things, but like there's so many. I mean, there's some truth to that as well because like now not only because do you have to sell records, but then also like you party promote and then like there's also a target on your back, and then like we saw this shit with like even female I don't want to say artists or female influencers. That's what I'll say. Female influencers in which I forgot who it was. Maybe it was Dream Doll or something where she ended up getting like tried to get robbed at gunpoint at her house or something for like promoting a party. And she was like, you got to think about it. Like now we are putting our address and putting where we're going to be at. And we're basically putting a target on our backs every time that we go out because we're promoting a party, but guess what? We're promoting a party and we're also televising and talking about where we're going to be.
That's that Pop Smoke shit.
You used to be able to do that though,
bro. I just thought about that too. Benny the Butcher just had a show and shit. He just had a show here Monday, but he didn't post that shit on his Instagram, no nothing. So I was like trying to make sure, but then again, I thought about it, I was like, yeah, you know what? That motherfucker probably do got moved different.
Got shot too.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and that's what I'm saying exactly. Got shot in a fucking Walmart while he was chilling. So
what? He got who? Huh? What?
Benny the Butcher. It was like Griselda. It's probably like what, the summertime?
Yeah, that was back in like
he got shot.
That was like maybe April, May or something.
Yeah. He got shot.
He got shot in a Walmart.
Yeah. Some dude shot to rob him or some shit. Yeah, but he was fine. He was in the hospital.
The same time all that shit was happening.
He all right. He's still
he kind of brushed that shit off. I ain't gonna lie. He kind of like, man, I'm good.
Okay.
And you forget about it when I saw him and shit walking around. I was like, damn, this nigga just got shot like 6 months ago. Like I was just thinking about that like randomly. Like, damn, he's up jumping, like running around and shit. I'm like, damn, that's crazy.
But also, we even talking about the young Dolphin, and how he got shot at CIs and what we said. I mean, like they said, the report said it was over 100-something shots, but then I think he also ended up getting shot in Cali that same year or something like that too. Like this
he had another incident.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, shit's wild. Yeah, this shit's wild.
I forgot who said it, but it was like when it happened. When I saw the joint, I was like, "Damn!" It's like they finally got him because we've heard like he's been in multiple incidences like this. You know?
Yeah, he has.
You know, but I like his mindset. You know, I used to watch his Breakfast Club interviews. He definitely had a business mindset. He was always thinking about the future. He was thinking about. He said he put like stuff in his kids, and then it's almost like he knew this was going to happen one day, and he was almost pretty much preparing himself. You know?
Question though. What do you think it is about like these new latest rappers? You know what I'm saying? It's like I know Dolph been around a little bit, but like
we're in a new different generation. You know? And it don't even gotta be it don't even gotta be something. It honestly don't even have to be anything other than the fact that because in this situation, I'm from Memphis, Dallas Mo, or I'm sorry, Mo 3 or Nipsey Hussle. Like we can literally insert artists or insert person here are from the same areas basically in which they got killed. Like it's literally like it's
right, okay. You said it's the new artist. Yeah, it must be because it's like
not necessarily new artists.
It wasn't like but who we grew up with. It wasn't. We might have had 1 or 2 incidences where somebody was shot at or whatever. You know, outside of 50 Cent. You know what I'm saying? I ain't never heard. I'm talking about folks at the top of the shit. I'm talking about folks at the top of the joint.
You think it got to do with niggas flexing all the time on the gram? Or you think that has something to do with it?
It can't be.
I don't think so.
I ain't never heard nobody shooting at Wayne. Nobody has never shot at Wayne.
It's like jealousy. It's jealousy. I think all this shit happened off of jealousy.
But niggas gonna be jealous regardless. Like even if you like
exactly. That's my whole point. I'm like,
every day.
Where's this coming from?
Give you something to hate.
Where's this coming from?
I agree with that. I do. Okay, from that perspective, I understand. But I'm just saying, like, if Young Dolph was in a music video with a fucking Lamborghini and like 2 big booty bitches, like niggas is gonna be mad, and they can just show that video every fucking day on MTV James. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna be like, damn, look at this nigga with big booty bitches and Lambos. They're gonna be fucking mad.
Where Dolph from? Where Dolph from?
Memphis.
He from Memphis. He's from Memphis.
They already talking about
with go ahead. The retaliations.
Yeah, they already talk about the early retaliation. Like they have already.
3-6 ain't never had no problems out there.
Nah,
listen,
but
man, 3-6 it's different.
Got some shit back in the day.
Gotti ain't never had no problems out there.
Yeah, listen.
Not really.
They already.
Yes,
all right, never mind.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
This should go back too. This should go back probably like at least 5+ years. Probably.
No, they was beefing. I know they was beefing though.
Yeah, listen, for a minute. Corey, I don't know. I'm not gonna pretend like I know what's going on in Memphis. I'm not gonna pretend like I know that, but I know that for a fact they have already closed down Gotti's restaurant and the strip mall. In which
Gotti his mama owns. Restaurant that they shot up?
You talking about since today?
Today, they have already closed down that. They have already closed down Gotti's restaurant, as well as there have already been reports that Black youngsters' grandmother's house has been shot
about that. No, I heard.
Damn, what?
they've instituted a citywide, or they're trying to institute a city. They're trying to institute a citywide citywide curfew in response to tonight because they already know it's going to be retaliations.
Yeah.
And once again,
the thing is though, like, how do they even know 100% that even Yo Gotti had nothing to do with this? This could be a situation where niggas just like, oh, Dolph was beefing with Gotti. He did it.
That's
like,
what it is. That's what it is.
They don't even know for sure. It's just the fact that him and Gotti had problems in the past.
So basically, we have another Tupac and Biggie situation.
But see, this whole rap culture,
somewhat, because Biggie outlasted Tupac for a little bit.
Not necessarily because in this situation,
it sounds like there's some bullshit about to happen.
But Gotti did just get a new deal, though. He did just get a new deal.
Yeah, and in this situation, the only reason I would say it's not, of course, I'm not gonna say it's Biggie and Tupac, but the only reason I would say that is because there's also like allegedly there's also drugs involved as well, and so you know what I'm saying. Like I don't necessarily you could possibly take out the competitor. You could possibly be taking out the competitor and building your own empire. I don't necessarily know, and I don't want to try to make it seem like I know, but
this is
because especially when you don't take anything, and you don't rob anybody, especially. Yeah, I don't know. It's wild, especially because like it's the middle of the day, and you're not expecting a nigga to just pull up at a bakery.
A rapping ass nigga is actually out here doing what they rapping about. So I get it.
The bakery buying cookies, and then all of a sudden, his parent, this father is no longer here with his children because of that. Like this shit's.
But bro, I mean, even what you're talking about right there, man, you know what I'm saying? Because like even this violence and all this shit that's going on, the majority of these lives that's being lost is black men. And it's like if we actually like just put it, you know, in the perspective of children losing fathers, like if we actually was like young, like this man deserved to live because these kids need their dad. I feel like if that was like our overall perspective, then we wouldn't be taking these lives, these deaths like so lightly. You know what I'm saying? It's like there's going to be whole families affected by this. Kids, you know, like
Facts.
Come on, man, like
on both sides.
On both sides. So it's like, you know, we got to keep that shit in mind. Like I think we kind of get so used to Black Death, like we kind of just dismiss it. You know what I'm saying? I think that, you know, Young Dolph ain't going to be the last one. We didn't have conversations on this podcast when rappers died. We be like, he ain't going to be the last one. You know, and boom, here's another one. But like, why the fuck is it only rappers that be going out like this? I've not heard of a fucking R&B nigga, a fucking rock star, a classical music artist, a country music artist. Like only rappers get gunned down, like killed violently, bro. Like that's just not right.
They're here doing their dumb shit.
But the thing is, are we responsible as a people? Because we support this shit. So we actually give these niggas positive reinforcement to even do this shit. So it's like we be like, this is what people do. We be like, oh shit, Young Dolph, real ass nigga. What are you talking about, Young Dolph? I don't even want to talk about him right now because he just passed. Let me just, fill in the blank, gangster rapper. He's so gangster. Look, he shot, he killed him. He's the realest. And then when that nigga get killed, they be like, oh man, what's fucked up, man? Like you know, why we gotta be killing each other? But then we'll celebrate a nigga for catching 8 bodies. You know what I'm saying? We like, oh, he caught 8 bodies. He's the realest. And then the next verse, then when that same dude get killed, it'd be like, oh man, when we gonna stop the violence? Like we actually charge these niggas up. We give them the positive reinforcement to keep putting that energy out there. You know, at the end of the day,
put batteries in their back.
We put batteries in their back. You know, and then if we
don't say we though, because I'm pretty sure. What I'm saying is, I'm pretty sure you, nobody in this room is out here.
I'm not talking about us in this room. I say we. I'm talking about the general consumer of hip hop, like all general consumers of it. And then you even take it even to the drill scene. Like a lot of these niggas be real. Like these Chicago niggas be real. You know what I'm saying? Yep. So the thing is like they kind of getting charged up, like, you know, just from people feeding into the whole drill scene, and then, you know, a rapper kill another rapper, then make a song about the dude that he killed. We smoking on so and so tonight, and then they retaliating. And then like there's this fucking YouTube channel just popped up on my feed where this white dude has over 6 figures in subscribers talking about like real street beef. He'd be like, oh, the so-and-so gangsters shot the so-and-so gangsters. And like this nigga's profiting off this shit, like a white dude. You see what I'm saying? So that's the shit I'm talking about. So real lives is being lost, and at the end of the day, everybody else is just being entertained by that shit. You know what I'm saying? That shit's a
desensitized to it.
We're so desensitized to it. You know what I'm saying?
But you are right. There is no other genre of anything where a motherfucker just gets murdered like that. Like even actors just might just get found or OD or something like that.
OD,
like they show rappers getting like hit off like on live on camera, man.
It's because they're black men, bro. Black men are the only ones that be getting killed in cold blood for everybody to see like this. You know what I'm saying? The only us. Like even when you talk about, we can talk about even when we talking about the police shootings. You know what I'm saying? It's like nigga, last week you see white cop shoots black man, the next week rappers gets killed. But it's like it's always black men as the common denominator is getting stepped the fuck on every goddamn time.
You know it.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, come on, man. That shit ain't by accident that the only fucking man on the planet in the United States who's constantly being projected as getting killed is always fucking black men, and everybody just be like, no, nobody gives a fuck. It's a whole music industry, $1 billion industry, a fucking prison industrial fucking complex. All this shit is rooted in niggas dying. You know what I'm saying? A music industry and a whole fucking prison system.
And killing each other too. And killing each other.
That's what I'm saying. And then I am just killing each other, rewarding these niggas with record contracts for killing other black men. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck?
And carrying out
and continuing on to that point, also destroying the black family. Destroying the black family is the same way we just talked about with Dababy and Danny Lay. Like literally. So we can go on one spectrum in which we talk about killing each other, but then we can also go on the other spectrum in which we talk about degrading our baby mothers and degrading.
I can't stop thinking about the whole jealousy aspect of this shit. So I'm like, the reason it has to be that, you know what I mean, he taken out, or unless there's like, you know, behind the scenes street beef that's been carrying out for all these years. But if it's real street beef, why are you riding around Dolo? So I don't know. Is it one time jealousy? But if it's one time jealousy, it ties into everything. Like, why are we such a whore for like all these material things that and then you putting on IG and stuff to making other people jealous. And on the other side, why are you so jealous of another man's accomplishments? Like, goddamn.
Yeah, man. I agree with that shit. I know exactly what you mean. Like I said, man, put it like this, like even Dababy. Like I remember I watched some video of this nigga years ago where he was like shooting a video in some random neighborhood in North Carolina, and then all of a sudden these niggas just came up and was like, "Oh, we didn't give you permission. You got to check in." It's like, who? Then them niggas had tight ass jeans on, their ankles was fucking showing. Them niggas was dusty as shit. And it's like, why the fuck does he have to check in with these dusty ass niggas? Like, you see what I'm saying? But the point is that I guarantee you, if that was a motherfucking rock band that was doing the fucking video in that neighborhood, them niggas wouldn't have said check in. You see what I'm saying? If it was if a whole bunch of white girls were shooting, if a whole bunch of white girls were shooting like a little TikTok video in front of that house, some niggas wanted, but they saw a black man being the center of attention, and them niggas was like, oh shit, we can't have this. I think the root of this issue is that, like, you know, to be always real, black men are at the bottom of the totem pole socially. So I feel like even when a black man sees another black man, it's like, God damn, like even he's better than me. It's like a negative reflection on you to see another black man do well, because you even subconsciously understand who's at the bottom socially to see the nigga who's at the bottom socially do better than you. What does that say about you? You know what I'm saying? Right. Like almost everybody wants to step on you to feel better about themselves. Like everybody wants to avoid being in your position. You know what I'm saying? So whenever you do good, it's going to be hard for a lot of people to accept that, because it's always a negative reflection on those who believe that you are about it.
Can we switch it up a little bit though? Can we switch it up a little bit?
Well, what was you about to say, Alex? We'll let Alex say.
Go ahead, Alex.
Before we about to switch it up, and it's just only just to echo Marcus's point. Like I literally seen a post like the past 2 days where it's like a white man driving a Lambo or whatever, and like some black dudes standing. I mean, it's a post, so it's fictional and shit, but it's a white dude driving a Lambo, and then on the top, like it's two black guys standing on the side of the street, and they're like, damn, man, I see you riding sweet to the white dude, right? Then a black dude is driving the same fucking Lambo in the bottom picture below it, in which like the black dude's like, oh, this nigga looking like a lick. Like, and they got the ski mask on, like this nigga looking like a lick, like, oh, this nigga looking sweet. I gotta get that shit. Like, but the white dude is like, you know, the white dude is like, oh, we gonna
rob the white
this
dude
shit.
and no shit.
Makes sense. That's untouchable. That's what they call it, untouchables.
I've hung around with niggas like I'm standing outside, posted up, just chilling, and like I remember in my neighborhood, this one nigga drove by. He had a Mercedes. He probably had like the nicest joint in the neighborhood at that time. I remember he drove by. I remember mine. It was like 4 or 5 of us, and it was this one white boy. And the niggas was like, "Oh, he drove by." He was like, he can get snatched up out of that shit." Like niggas probably don't even know them, but just the fact that he drove by in a Mercedes, niggas was like, "Oh yeah, he can get snatched up out of that joint." Like nigga ain't even paying y'all no mind, living his own life. But just the fact. But the funny thing about it was a white boy that was saying this, standing with black dudes. You see what I'm saying? He was like, yeah, fuck. And the black dude was like, yeah, fuck that nigga. Like, you see what I'm saying? It's like, come on, man. It just lets you know. That just lets you know the energy right there. You know? It's like, come on, man.
Yeah. Sorry, Corey. You can go ahead and switch it now.
No. I was just trying to switch it to we ain't even talking about it though. I mean, we are talking about real shit right now, but so let's switch it to another real topic around how on the 5 Room Podcast number 82. How do you all feel about the Mr. Rittenhouse?
Okay.
How do you feel about the Mr. Rittenhouse?
Oh yeah.
I don't know too much about this, so can y'all educate me? Like, what's the big deal?
I mean, he shot some protesters at the protest. I remember that.
What's the big
I still
deal?
got the question. Like,
he shot a bunch of folks up. He shot a bunch of folks up. I don't give a fuck if it they was protesters, whatever.
Yeah,
he shot a bunch of folks up. But go ahead.
What you think is going to happen to him? You think he's going to get
getting off?
Transaction?
Yeah,
he getting off.
He's getting off, buddy.
He's getting off.
And that's
like this shit is
getting
weird.
off.
Yeah, just why
is it weird? Y'all can't say, but why is it weird?
He getting off.
I know he's getting off too. Hey, did
why
they charge his mother? Did they charge his mother?
No.
Y'all gotta explain to me, like
buddy,
I have no idea what's going on.
No.
All right, so Randall.
Yeah.
So
this
first
man
and foremost,
rode down. Yeah, go ahead.
So first and foremost, you've seen the picture of the nigga walking with the AR-15 in the middle of the street with the gloves on and everything like that.
Yeah, I remember I seen the video back in the day.
A teenager. A teenager.
I'm not going to go into all the charges and everything like that because I'm not going to pretend like I know that. But the weapons charge for walking around with the AR-15 that
give me the morality.
I don't know if it's illegal or what, but that his mom dropped him off across state lines with, that has been dismissed. Like, although we have pictures and everything of him walking around with that charge has been dismissed. The judge in the motherfucking case, like, it's just some...
Hold on. Wait, Lex. Can we back up? What was the charge? What was the charge that was dismissed?
The weapons charge was something like, I don't remember the exact charge, but it was only something carrying for up to 9 months in jail. So he was only supposed to be like in jail for 9 months for the weapons charge, but that shit was dismissed.
It was was it like a minor or something?
I don't know what it was, but we saw him with gun. We saw him with a gun, and we know black people and we know many other people caught with a gun or not with a gun are literally just charged regardless and going to go to jail with that shit for even having a gun, not having a gun, being in association with a gun. Like in the event that we're in a car and the gun is found somewhere,
the shit was around you
or whatever.
The shit was near you. If the shit was near you,
exactly.
Niggas is going to jail. But in this case, but in this case, this nigga didn't have a. I mean, apparently this nigga didn't have a gun. Although we didn't have the gun,
but it was on him. And he had it in his hands. But no.
Right.
Go ahead.
But so then,
ridiculous.
like, also in the trial, like literally, and I'm just gonna say it's weird
because I've seen a lot of videos. This is one of my favorite things to search on YouTube. Is like when people get off on like gun charges, especially like young black men. I was saying y'all some shit. Like how they get pulled over and then how they handle
whatever, nigga. No, we're not talking about young black man, nigga. Go ahead.
I'm saying.
Go ahead, Al.
Go ahead.
But Al said, he said, you know what I'm saying, people on the other side of the spectrum will get locked up on an instant. But that's one of my favorite things to search like right now. Like people like talking their way out of certain situations and sunning people, in law enforcement. But
and whatever, that nigga haven't talked his way out of nothing. He just fucking walked down the street.
Either way. All right, these are the counts. I'm gonna get back to you, Al, because I don't know. Go ahead, y'all niggas. I just Googled it. Count 1, first degree reckless homicide.
Pissed me off.
Use of a dangerous weapon. But this is the whole thing. I'm gonna get to that eventually because I don't really know what's going on. But I'm gonna get to like what it looks like on the outside. Count 1, first degree reckless homicide. Use of a dangerous weapon.
Bullshit. That's what it looks like.
Shut up. Just let me read through the counts.
God damn it.
Count 2. First degree.
God damn it.
But you see how it's making you feel. This is what it's supposed to do. Count 2, first degree recklessly endangering safety, use of a dangerous weapon. Count 3, first degree recklessly endangering safety, use of a dangerous weapon.
This Rittenhouse shit.
First degree intentional homicide, use of a dangerous weapon. Attempted first degree intentional homicide, use of a dangerous weapon. Possession of a dangerous weapon by a person under 18. Failure to comply with
him
emergency.
Fucking crying and shit. It's
failure to comply with emergency order from a state or local government.
No tears.
Unbelievable.
All right, but go ahead. I just want to read the count.
Yeah, I mean, God. So of course you already know, and this is also the same thing, and I mean this is also similar. Sorry, I don't want to say same thing. This is also similar to the counts in which like it all depends upon like what the lawyer or the prosecution is attempting to charge the person for, and then we saw George Zimmerman get off with, but like it just seemed like some of the charges may be erroneous or what have you. I don't necessarily know how to exactly say because I'm not a lawyer. I never went to.
Oh my God! What state is this?
This is Wisconsin.
Yeah, it happened in Wisconsin.
Oh, shit, yeah.
In which
I'm about to go
in which the judge. Oh my gosh, this nigga. In which. And I look once again. I'm not gonna pretend to be a trial lawyer or anything of the sort. But in the judge in which the nigga is like the judge had him picking out who was gonna be jurors on the thing. That seems weird. I've never seen it before. Oh my gosh, we got comments coming in.
I know. The judge wait for these types of things.
Yeah, the judge has Rittenhouse picking out who's going to be the jurors or what have you, and then we also have the judge making sure that the people who are referred to who were killed are not referred to. What's the exact wording? Let me pull it up. Sorry,
as victims or something.
No, not even victims. They're referred to as rioters and looters as opposed to victims.
Mm-hmm.
I want to get it correct. You know, I try my best to be like correct in what I'm saying. So give me 1 second to
and that's
to
ridiculous.
Pull it up. But I do.
You have to be correct. It's ridiculous. But I'm going outside. Right, I'm about to smoke. I'm sorry.
Nah, it's not ridiculous that I gotta be
correct.
This
won't be upset. This will be upset. That's ridiculous. Yeah, you gotta be right.
That's a damn shame.
Because
fucking bullshit.
As far as I'm concerned, everybody is getting fucking executed.
Right. But then also like even
damn judge.
The judge was literally playing music to he was playing music to and had the fucking defendants and shit dancing in the fucking courtroom. The judge. I've never seen some shit like that. And then also like the judge got mad at the prosecutor and was like chastising the prosecutor for his actions and trying to get for his attempt to get something in the attempt to get something in the court that would have favored the prosecutor as opposed to the defendants. Shit.
Politics, man.
But he's definitely getting off. Like
that's what everybody's saying.
So my question, because I don't know if you already got to this part, but you know, I've definitely seen like this whole case be a big talking point, like as far as like, you know, the black community. So I'm just want to know exactly, like, you know, because there's no black people that got killed in this situation. So I just want to know. This is an honest question. I really want to understand what this got to do with us. You know,
it's because people
explain
like
it to me because I don't know.
Similar,
I really
don't. People feel they don't get similar justice in certain situations.
That's what the treatment.
It's the treatment. So certain people, well, justice. I don't understand. Because it's white dudes killing white dudes.
No. In the court of law, they feel like if they was in that same position, it would be a much different story.
If it was a black person killing a black person, is that what you're saying?
If this was a young teenager, a black young teenager, they feel like he would be under the jail by
okay,
now.
I got you. Now I see what you're saying. Okay, I see what you're saying. I mean, it could be.
That's true. He would.
Could be. It could be. Yeah. I mean,
he would be.
Yeah. I definitely thought it was black people. I mean, I thought it was a black person. I found a post.
He did kill a black person.
No. He didn't. He didn't kill a black person. He killed two white people and then injured a third white person as well.
Yeah.
The guy. I mean, in the courtroom, they can't refer to anybody as victims. They can only refer to them as rioters, looters, and arsonists, per the judge's orders. Like regardless,
too? Wow.
Yeah, regardless of like them whatever. Like, and that's also the thing.
Like, trying to say they deserve to get shot. That's basically what the
basically
judge is saying.
You know what I'm saying?
He's trying to take away the fact that these people were just innocent people walking down the street.
He's implying they're all dangerous. Arson.
Exactly, because they were out there protesting. Like even like and we talked about this once again. We talked about how there are also infiltrators and different people out there that might be like rioters and that might be looters and different things. But automatically now we are assuming that they are not a victim, that they are automatically a rioter, an arsonist, or a looter. And so what's the presumption there is that Kyle Rittenhouse was justified as opposed to, like the person just being out there and what have you.
But who did Rittenhouse work for? Like, was he part of an organization, or was he just this random kid was like, oh, I got to shoot
random?
So he wasn't
I heard all the rioting was happening because of what incident? Like transpired.
Jacob Blake.
Jacob Blake happened. People are rioting, burning down shit, just like strip malls and shit like that. And his family had a business, so his peoples dropped him off to combat that situation, and then that's when the shit happened. So.
You said that's what you heard? Because I didn't hear that his family had a business. I just know his mom dropped him off in another state.
Nah, that's a narrative.
But even still,
he's actually from there, and his folks have a business down there, so he was protecting the business. I mean, like just like you see on like other
Oh, so those people was basically rioting. They were looting the property
in the area.
Yeah.
But for him to be out in the middle of the street, I don't know about that because it didn't look like no business was out in the middle of the street. His family do have a business, storefronts and shit out there.
I mean,
and he had a fucking rifle.
The way I look at this shit, like probably if a young black dude did the same thing, he probably would go down for it. But in this particular situation,
he definitely going down.
Do. I'm saying,
he
but
definitely
like what I'm saying is like we're putting ourselves in this shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like we're making this.
Yeah, right. Why attach you to the story?
You know what I'm saying? It's like, well, it didn't happen though. It's not a story about a black kid. It's two, all white casualties, all white victims. You know what I'm saying?
But at the same time, and at the same time, and I know I get what you're saying, but at the same time, it is a response to the Jacob Blake shit. It is a response to a black guy being shot and paralyzed by the police, and in which we got protesters. And I don't want to get into particulars because apparently like somebody called somebody a nigga or what like that, and that's what prompted this shit. But I just want to get into the fact of like how weird the optics look.
Another white dude a nigga.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. I don't want to get into that, but I do want to get into how weird the optics is of the fucking like I've never seen a defendant literally standing over the shoulder. Randall, you got the picture? Please tell me you got the picture. The defendant.
I'm laughing at this guy's picture at the bottom left corner.
Is that me?
Yeah,
are you laughing at me? The defendant. No. The defendant standing over the judge's shoulder. Mm-hmm. With his defense attorney over his shoulder. And I've never seen that shit before,
buddy.
Like,
hey, I mean, to be,
don't be
surprised
when he get off. Don't be surprised.
Who's gonna be surprised?
Look at that pic. Look at that pic.
Exactly.
I know, but either way, like even the whole story about like you can't call them victims and all that shit. I mean, you kind of already know the judge already kind of got his mind made up. Like, let's be
facts.
You know what I'm saying? But like I said, I
get
already
slid him on
my
one
whole perspective is like I said, like we're like this is like a hypothetical that we're so caught up in. You know what I'm saying? It really don't got nothing to do with us at the end of the day. Like I know you're saying the Jacob Blake thing, but it's like even we had this conversation on the podcast before. Like there's a bunch of white people using our plight to push their own agenda. So this could just some white on white shit.
Yeah,
like it could be two white people with their own agendas in the middle of some black shit, and then we over here getting caught up in their shit.
And then I also hear like people speaking on the right saying, "Oh, he did a good job because like the person he shot was like a pedophile and all that shit."
But I heard about that too.
What gives you the right of like any? You know what I'm saying? Regardless,
when you shoot somebody,
regardless, it's still murder.
It's the Boondock Saints,
right?
Yeah,
he not no like he's not taking justice in his own hands and like reading people's past transgressions.
Everybody can be a vigilante out here.
Yeah,
he's Batman. Right. He's Batman, yo.
Right.
Yeah, basically
with no money.
Yeah, but
shit, he about to. Hey, I'm not even gonna lie. He about to have some money. Once he gets off. Once he gets off, he's gonna have some money. He's gonna be doing book signings the same way George Zimmerman was. He's gonna be doing book signings. Like they say, the nigga was in the bar and shit, like signing. I don't want to say signing autographs, but he was in a bar taking pictures and shit like that. Yeah. That nigga's gonna be. He is going to be a household name in which he is gonna be making money on.
Yeah.
But you know what? The main reason why this shit is such a big story is like once again what we always come back to is like it's always like stepping on black people. It's like even if this is some white on white beef, this ain't got shit to do with us. The fact that the narrative, the fact that somebody could say, "Oh, because of some black man that died, I did this," so now we're talking about these motherfuckers right now. You know what I'm saying? It's like why at the end of the day, like could have been two white dudes somewhere in Texas got to a dispute, shot each other, wouldn't be a story. But the fact that they can even put out the narrative that this has something to do with a mob, Jacob Blake, you know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, now it's a story. You see what I'm saying? It's like still using our energy.
It's still a story now, too.
So now this nigga about to make, you know what I'm saying? Probably about to, you know what I'm saying? Cash in, you know what I'm saying? Off, you know what I'm saying? It's like, come on, man. It's like, do y'all not see what's going on spiritually right now? Like, come on, man.
Yeah, but at the same time, I don't want to say pushback, but I do want to recognize the fact that like even when it was that big ass biker gunfight or whatever like that, like even California. Still that same narrative was pushed out. Was it California, Texas, wherever those crazy gun motherfuckers was? But like the same narrative was pushed out, whereas though like how these motherfuckers get off in which nobody was able to get charged in a fucking gunfight in which you had a fucking bar being shot up and shot down, but nobody was able to be charged. But then at the same time, it just the only reason it is compared is because it's two different. I mean, like it's two different judicial systems. You know what I mean? In which like white people can have a gunfight in the fucking middle of the day and nobody gets charged, and then black people, and if it like somebody gets pulled over with a handgun, everybody, I don't even want to say handgun, somebody gets pulled over and their handguns in the vicinity, everybody's going down. You know what I mean? Because we whatever like that. That's the only reason I think like it is pertinent that we make sure that we always are highlighting this shit, and it because like it's the judges. I forgot who it was. Was it Chad? It was Chad on I Am the Athlete. In which he was talking about like the judge. I mean, like the people who used to wear the Ku Klux Klan shit are no longer wearing the Ku Klux Klan shit, but now they're wearing the actual like judges in the judge's gown and like the actual different things in which like
they in it. Yeah, they're in it. They're in the circles.
I know.
Yeah, they've been ready. They done came up in the shit. Yeah, you're right.
What Joe Gunn said? Pull that back up.
Yeah, pull that back up. What Joe Gunn say? It still sets a precedent for future situations. That protesters, rioters, looters are no longer allowed to be perceived as victims. You already know people are going to protest if he gets off. Oh, facts. They have already called the National Guard and different things. I think they called the National Guard and different things in Wisconsin. But
Joe always got the punctuation.
Yeah, he does. He's good.
Yeah.
That nigga's good.
Always got good punctuation.
It's after business hours, and he still uses punctuation marks and shit like that. Like, but not. I mean, this goes to that point that Marcus talked about. I think it's Marcus talked about a while back when we talked about what's the Baltimore Freddie Gray, and how like in every city is going to be different protests and different rioters and different things of that nature. And like it's also like why is it happening? Is it because we're going to have midterm elections coming up sometime soon? Is it because we're going to have like different things and talking points coming up? Like why?
Right. What's the bigger message?
Yeah.
Why do we care so fucking much? God damn.
Yeah, I mean,
that's siphon this energy.
Y'all don't think we supposed to care?
Not on this particular instance.
I mean, I put it like this: do you see yourself as a perpetual protester? You know what I'm saying? Like, do you associate yourself with like I'm just saying, like, do you see yourself as like always being in that box? You know what I'm saying? It's like do you know what I'm saying? Are you associating yourself with the name? You see what I'm saying?
Not necessarily.
Because every you see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I see what you're saying, but I think I'm trying to associate myself with right and wrong. Like, and if we as a society do that, then we're much better off. Because like if we isolate this incident, or we push this incident off as like, oh, it's white people versus white people. Like what happens when it's black people versus black people? Then we're up in arms, and then all of a sudden nobody's standing for our cause because we didn't stand for white people and white people.
Exactly. Black people. Wait. Hold on. Wait. Black people.
I'm a little drunk. So
when you're talking about when you're talking about black on black, so you're saying that if we don't fight for white was right and wrong with white people, then how is that like that's going to have an effect on us?
No.
When black people kill black people. No.
I'm not necessarily. I don't know if I apologize if I said it like that, but I'm saying like even when it's black people in our community, like I think we still need to stand up and fight for ourselves, like and fight for our ability to talk for each other and like stand up and make sure that like we are speaking about what's right. And like fucking in this Young Dolph situation and the fucking Dababy situation and any other situation in which we're talking about what's right is right and like how this shit shouldn't be happening. Like we should be as a community talking about how this shit should happen, like I mean correctly, or justice should be served, or how this shouldn't be happening. Period. Point blank.
Yes.
But then as we talk about when it's happening with white people as white people, because like the same way, and people have different viewpoints, but I feel like we need a lot allies. Black people need allies the same way white people need allies, the same way quote unquote gay people or LGBTQ people need allies and shit like that. I feel like we need allies because the movement grows further of us as a community doing right by each other goes further when we are all doing right by each other, as opposed to like, oh, well, that's white people over there, so we don't gotta worry about white people. We should be focusing on what the black people are doing first. You know what I mean? Like, I know for a fact we as black people should be focusing and doing our best to make sure our community is correct, or our community is policed, or our community is observant and doing the right things right. But I feel like we also should still be taking I guess the best word is fucking ownership, and I don't want to say ownership like accountability. Like I'm in the fight for it, but like we should be still taking ownership of all our problems, because if we don't take ownership of all our problems, then guess what's going to happen is like we literally are isolating ourselves, and guess what? When we isolate ourselves, then nobody's going to be able to see the bigger picture of us community. I mean, us as a whole, taking on our own shit. I mean, taking on good work.
Yeah, I feel like it's just dangerous when these situations happen, and then these political parties or not even parties, these people that align themselves with the left or the right, they kind of like jump on these situations and saying like, okay, this guy aligns with us, those guys over there align with us.
Exactly.
I'm saying this is where the shit is dangerous.
Yeah, segregating
shit. Exactly.
Yeah. So
exactly.
I'm not trying to feed into this shit no more.
No, I definitely.
Not even just that. I mean, even with, and I agree with what you're saying. I know from your overall the sentiment, like right is right and wrong is wrong. I agree with that 100%. But I do think there's a lot of shit that we overlook every fucking day. It's like okay, these are some white people who kill white people. Then tomorrow you'll hear some story about a 9-year-old girl in Atlanta got shot in a drive-by. It's like, look, okay. Anyway, young Dolph just passed. Like, you see what I'm saying? It's like overlook. And it's like, okay, but it's like, what influenced that situation? Why do these type of things happen all the fucking time? And we get these stories all the time, and there's never a topic of conversation. But then when these sensationalized stories come to the mainstream, then we get so we get more emotionally involved in mainstream stories rather than you know what I'm saying, the shit that happens every fucking day. It's like, you know what I mean? It's like these black kids losing their father, that's going to affect us. Like, it's like, my son has it.
In the courtroom, he like doing all this like theatrics and shit. That's how you know, like, they trying to like pull at your heartrestrings and shit.
That's the prosecutor, and just so you know, that's the prosecutor right there. The one that is, I guess. Yeah, that's the prosecutor trying to get Rittenhouse locked up.
But my fault, Marcus. Finish your point.
No, I mean, and that's what I'm just saying. It's like these certain things that we overlook every day is going to be affecting us. Whether we be like, oh no, that's that's over in the hood, or that's in the streets, and I ain't in this, okay, but or whatever the fuck may go on. But like, one of these kids was gonna, your daughter might have to date a boy who ain't, you know what I'm saying, who ain't had no structure growing up. Now you're gonna have to date a girl who ain't had no structure growing up because her daddy was lost to the streets. Now her mother had to do what she had to do, and she going, you know what I'm saying? It's like all this kind of shit. Now, even though you may, you know what I'm saying, have done the best you could do as a parent, but because as a culture these things become so normalized, like we overlook like what's going to happen in the next generation. So here we are getting caught up in some shit that's been brought to us by mainstream media, and we overlook the same shit that's be happening in our backyards every fucking day. And niggas be getting caught up in this shit way more. Like I said, and some fucked up shit will happen. Like I said, I'll ride through the city and I see fucking teddy bears, you know what I'm saying, on the little street corners, little little lit joints and shit. And I ain't hear the news story about that one. Oh, I didn't hear the news story about that one. But nigga, I can go to every major city in every fucking city and you're going to see some teddy bears posted up. You know what I'm saying? And like, so it's like, and you don't hear all these stories on the fucking news, like, and these is the only people who actually gave somebody who probably actually gave a fuck to put up some teddy bears. You know what I'm saying? Like, so you guys just think about that shit.
Yeah, and so what you just brought about actually makes me remember about like this this fucking workshop or training that I took, but it was talking about fish in the water and shit. And so it was talking about like how we always talk about saving the fish in the water. In which we never actually understand about, like, so all right, so the example was if we're at the bridge, if we're at the creek or we're at the lake or something like that, and we all of a sudden we see one fish that's dead, and then we see that motherfucker come up to the water, and we're like, oh shit, this fish is dead or it's dying, we need to save this one fish. And then all of a sudden, like, one more fish comes, more fish come, and as it comes, we're trying to save each individual fish. And then all of a sudden, we look and we stop and we take a bigger picture of the shit, and we're like, oh shit, why are so many fish dying and coming down the stream? As opposed to, we need to go up the stream and figure out exactly like why is so many fish coming and dying down, why are so many fish dying and coming down the stream, as opposed to actually looking at this individual fish and trying to say, because as all the fish come up as at the individual level, like, we're, of course everybody's trying to save it, but guess what, if we save it before it gets to the individual level and we save the actual current and stream in which all the fish are dying, then we might be we're of course we're better off. But I don't know if I made sense, because once again Uncle Nearest has gotten the best of me, but
you good
It's clear.
The fish in the stream. The guns in the butter, baby. The guns in the butter.
Guns in the butter. All right, hey, before we get out of here, on a lighter note, what's more important to you on Thanksgiving? Because I want to end it off on a high note, and I don't want to end it off on like some somber shit, in which we are also on Thanksgiving. What's more important to you, the turkey or the fucking sides?
Sides all day.
It's the sides. It's the sides all day. Because literally your second plate probably don't even have turkey on that shit. It'd be straight up size.
I know. You right.
Like when you be having them late nights and shit, you snack it straight up size, dog. It's never
nigga, turkey be the last thing in your house. Like
you might throw some and turkey might not even get off the plate for real. You might have it on there, but you don't always. I don't know.
Turkey just because you're supposed to. It's Thanksgiving. Let me put some turkey on my plate, but you don't be eating that shit.
The first sitting is when turkey gets work.
You eat it. Yeah, after that, nah.
Yeah, it's irrelevant for real.
I gotta have cranberry sauce with my turkey.
I'm not a cranberry sauce guy.
All day.
I'm not a cranberry sauce guy.
I am, but nobody in my family likes it. On my wife's side or my side, I'm the only one. They literally make the cranberry sauce for me. Like literally,
they make it for you.
Literally, I'm the only one on both sides.
So what's the best side? What's the best? All right, since everybody is sides except for Joey Guns, because I'm with Joey Guns. I think I'm gonna go with turkey too. But what's the best side on Thanksgiving? You can only pick one motherfucking side. I don't want to hear no motherfucking body try to cop out and try to get two sides and shit like that.
My
only
mom's
pick one.
potato salad.
Potato salad.
My mom's potato salad.
Okay.
Only his mom.
If she ain't make it, I'm sitting it out. But my mom's potato salad.
Man, for me, it's gonna be them yams. It's gonna be them yams, sweet candy yams.
I gotta go with mac and cheese, yeah. But the mac and cheese is right on Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I do love it. Yeah. And that's why niggas be like knocked out.
Hey, do y'all eat leftovers on the third day? Or it's like
nigga, Thanksgiving, yes. Nigga.
I mean,
nigga, my fucking gas be cranking on the third day.
Yup,
because it's settled in.
Knock somebody out with my gas.
I think I'm with Joe Guns on this one too. I'm going collard greens. I don't know why, but it seemed like collard greens. I feel like on Thanksgiving, those are the best collard greens I've had all year.
Yeah, you're right.
Like, I mean, of course, you can have everything else. And don't get me wrong,
this motherfucker face. We talking about Thanksgiving. I'm sorry.
don't get you know he ain't put no season on that motherfucking nothing.
Yeah.
But like, don't get me wrong. Like on we can get mama's potato salad, and we can get mama's mac and cheese and candy yams on any other day. Not necessarily any other day, but on some random days. But it's like the Thanksgiving Day collard greens or the Thanksgiving Day greens be the best, and those also make you poop better. Those also make you poop better.
Keep you regular.
Yep. Keep you regular.
But one thing that is regular, us every Wednesday, live, 9:30, YouTube, the Flight Room Podcast. And you can able to stream it afterwards. Spotify, iHeartRadio, iTunes, Google Podcasts, all the above, baby. We out here. You ever seen the graphic? The graphic looks something like this. Peace, y'all.